After a year-long absence, Thomas Forrester is back in Los Angeles, and his return is nothing short of explosive. As the Forrester family's prodigal son steps back onto the scene, his return sets the stage for a whirlwind of emotions, secrets, and unresolved conflicts. Thomas has always been a character defined by his volatile nature, complicated relationships, and dark obsessions, and it seems that nothing has changed during his time away. As he reintegrates into the Forrester fold, he brings with him not only his troubled past, but also new secrets and a tangled web of personal and family dynamics that will undoubtedly throw the Forrester empire into chaos. The stakes are higher than ever as Thomas tries to reclaim his place in the family and in the fashion world, but with every step he takes, more questions arise about his true intentions and what he's been hiding during his year-long absence. As Thomas re-enters the world of Forrester Creations, the ripples of his actions will affect not only the family members closest to him, but also those who have been forced to live without him for so long. Will he be able to repair the relationships he has damaged, or will his return be the catalyst for further destruction and heartbreak? As Thomas faces off against the ghosts of his past, the future of the Forrester family is anything but certain. His return brings with it the promise of drama, intrigue, and conflict, and the journey ahead is sure to be filled with intense twists and turns. From his strained relationships with Ridge and Steffi to his fraught bond with Hope, Thomas will have to navigate a complex web of emotions and power struggles if he wants to reintegrate into his family and prove that he's truly changed. But even as he strives for redemption, it's clear that his past actions will continue to haunt him, and the path to healing will not be an easy one. As the bold and the beautiful progresses, the questions surrounding Thomas's return will only grow more urgent, and the consequences of his choices will continue to reverberate through the Forrester family for the foreseeable future. His arrival marks the beginning of a new chapter in the Forrester family saga, one that is sure to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Thomas's complex past, his strained relationships, and his dangerous obsession with Hope all threaten to create a storm of emotional turmoil that will test the limits of his family's love and loyalty. His return is set to reignite old flames, reawaken long-held grudges, and expose long-hidden truths that could alter the course of the Forrester family's future. As Thomas steps back into the world he once dominated, the consequences of his actions will unfold, and the future of the Forrester dynasty will hang in the balance. In an unprecedented twist of fate, the bold and the beautiful takes a dramatic turn with the shocking revelation that Thomas Forrester's return to Los Angeles is not only tied to his complicated personal life, but also to a heart-wrenching family tragedy. In a series of emotional and intense episodes, Thomas is forced to confront a devastating secret his son, Douglas, has been secretly battling leukemia for years. Throughout this period, Thomas has quietly taken on the role of protector, doing everything in his power to shield his son and family from the truth. But as the disease progresses, Douglas's condition worsens, and his desire to reconnect with his family and say goodbye becomes overwhelming. With his son's time running out, Thomas must navigate the complexities of his past and present relationships while honoring his son's final wish, a request that will shake the Forrester family to its core. In a stunning twist, Douglas asks his father to reconcile with Hope Logan and, more importantly, to marry her, giving the family one last chance at happiness before he fades away. What follows is a series of emotional confrontations, difficult decisions, and a wedding that promises to send shockwaves through the entire town of Los Angeles. As the town grapples with the fallout from this unexpected event, questions arise about the impact of this union on the Forrester family, the Logan family, and everyone caught in the web of their complicated relationships. Can a wedding born out of a dying child's wish truly bring happiness to all involved, or will it ignite chaos that no one can control? The storyline kicks off with an unexpected meeting between Thomas and Hope, where he reveals the heartbreaking truth about his son's illness. Thomas's confession is raw and emotional, exposing the depth of his pain and the guilt he has been carrying for years. Despite all the chaos that has surrounded their relationship, Thomas has kept this secret to protect Douglas, and now he is left with a deep sense of loss as his son's time grows shorter. Hope, who has had her own complicated history with Thomas, is shaken to her core by this revelation. Her emotions are torn between her sympathy for the boy she has loved as a stepchild and her own struggles with her past and current relationships. As Thomas explains how he has been silently caring for Douglas, Hope is struck by the overwhelming responsibility Thomas has carried alone, keeping the news of his son's illness a secret even from her. As Douglas's health declines, his request becomes clear. He wants his parents to be together, to marry, so that he can leave this world knowing that his family is whole again. The request is bittersweet, filled with love, desperation, and the hope of a young boy who wants only happiness for his family in the face of his impending death. For Thomas, this request is both a heartbreaking opportunity to right his wrongs and a chance to fulfill his son's dying wish. Despite the emotional burden it places on him, he agrees to pursue Hope, believing that this is the final chance to give Douglas the happiness he deserves before it's too late. Hope, on the other hand, is conflicted. She has always been deeply connected to Douglas, and her love for him has only grown over time. But the prospect of marrying Thomas, given their tumultuous history, raises many questions. Could she really commit to a marriage with Thomas, knowing the pain and betrayal that have clouded their past? Could she put aside the emotional scars of their past for the sake of Douglas? Hope is torn between the love she feels for Douglas and her fears about what marrying Thomas might mean for her own emotional well-being. As the Forrester family and the town of Los Angeles prepare for the wedding, the question arises. Will this union truly bring peace and closure, or will it create a storm of emotional turmoil that no one can anticipate? The Forrester family, already fraught with tensions and unresolved issues, is forced to reckon with the implications of this unexpected wedding. Ridge Forrester, who has always had a complicated relationship with his son Thomas, finds himself caught between his duty as a father and his concerns about the motives behind Thomas's actions. Ridge is deeply protective of his family, and his loyalty to Brooke Logan complicates his feelings about Thomas's sudden desire to marry Hope. While he understands the gravity of the situation and the pain Thomas is feeling, Ridge's skepticism about his son's true motivations for seeking Hope's hand in marriage grows with each passing day. Steffi Forrester, who has always had a protective stance toward her brother, also struggles with the idea of this union. She is torn between supporting her brother and protecting Hope, who has been a part of the Forrester family for so long. Steffi is also deeply concerned about what this marriage might mean for her niece, Kelly, and the complicated dynamics between the Forrester and Logan families. As the wedding date approaches, the Forrester family finds itself divided on whether or not to support Thomas in this emotional decision. On the other side of the equation, the Logan family also faces internal conflict. Brooke Logan, who has always been protective of Hope and wary of Thomas's intentions, is deeply concerned about her daughter's involvement with him, especially considering the history of betrayal and manipulation that has marked their relationship. Brooke's protective instincts kick in, and she is determined to ensure that Hope does not make a decision she will regret. As the tension builds, Hope is faced with an agonizing choice: to marry Thomas in order to fulfill her stepson's final wish, or to refuse him in order to preserve her emotional well-being and her place in the Forrester family. Her decision will not only affect her relationship with Thomas, but also her bond with Douglas, Ridge, Steffi, and her own family. The wedding itself becomes a battleground of emotions, with every character weighing their personal feelings against the greater good. Will the wedding bring the family closer together, or will it spark an all-out war between the Forresters and Logans? As the ceremony looms, there are more questions than answers. Will Hope and Thomas be able to reconcile their differences and move forward as a married couple, or will their past haunt them, preventing them from finding true happiness? And most importantly, will the wedding be able to fulfill Douglas's final wish for his family, or will it unravel the fragile relationships that have been built over the years? With emotions running high and tensions escalating, the drama is sure to unfold in spectacular fashion. The Forrester family, already on edge from their complex dynamics, will have to come to terms with the deep emotional rifts that are created by Thomas and Hope's marriage. This union has the potential to be a healing force for the family, or it could be the catalyst for even more heartbreak and chaos. One thing is certain, the future of the Forrester family will never be the same, and the repercussions of this wedding will be felt for years to come. With every twist and turn, the bold and the beautiful delivers on its promise of high-stakes drama, emotional complexity, and the kind of unexpected turns that keep fans hooked. The next chapter in Thomas and Hope's journey promises to be one of the most dramatic yet, as the Forrester family faces its greatest test yet.